we're here. It's Touhou time. It's Friday Touhou time. You never know what's gonna happen there. Let's just get right into it. Whoa. Hello, Koishi. Okay, it's a Friday, which means it's later than normal. Let's get out to a good start with the cat. Why don't we? A nice Mickey to lift up the mood. These nons are peculiar. I'll stand by that I think that Bumper Crop is probably slightly worse than Beckon in Fortune. But the rest of Mickey is definitely worse than the rest of Minariko. Not that that's, like, the biggest deal, but it does matter. It does add up. Like, these nons are definitely, like Minariko's nons are not that awkward. Sorry, I mean, it's true, you know. Europeans who are +5 from me right now, or I guess, if you're in Asia as well. This is awkward! I love this. That was horrendous. Hello, Bazoots. I guess people in Asia who are also, you know, +5 hours. You know, anyone that's +5 or more, but... You know, Western Europe, I think, is only +4 for me? Is the furthest western parts of Europe +3, or is it just +4? Now I'm curious. One, two, three. No, a lot of that's actually more. Basically, everyone there is midnight. Ripped all Europeans. Is what I would say, but like all the Europeans that watch me are all people who are up till 2 in the morning anyway. At least. To be fair, I used to be a, you know, stay up till 1, 2 in the morning type of guy. But then I got a job. Well, I had a part-time job for a bit. Or when I worked part-time for a bit, I could still do that. But then I started working full-time. And now I can't. Now I can't do that. Now I am most weeknights, and by most try to be in bed by about 10:30. I'm not the best at that. Like, I try to aim for 8 hours on weeknights. Usually 7 to 7.5. Sometimes it's my fault. Often it's my fault. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes I just wake up in the middle of the night for no reason. An hour before my alarm and just lay there and be like, wow, this sucks. Usually it's, I get done streaming. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make food and then get ready for bed a little bit later. And then I, like, get doing something. I could go another 10 minutes, and the next thing it's 20 minutes, and then... But it's Friday night, and that means I don't have to wake up early in the morning. Early. As early as I usually do. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down, buddy. Calm down, buddy. That's not at you, that's at me, okay? But that's also kind of at you. Okay, fine. Wave 1, we take those. Okay, that last one on wave 2, a little sketch. Hello, Fammy. Okay, not bad. Cat was fine. And the cat's angry. Been sleeping horribly lately. This week, I'm usually not good in the week. Like, usually what'll happen is Sunday, Monday is bad, which sucks because it's the start of the week, and it's the 2 days that you're like, okay, I want to start the week well. And then if I fall off later in the week, you know, that's one thing. Normally I'm the opposite. I start off bad, and then I, like, kind of go good. This week's not been great. It's not been bad. Like, I've still been getting about 7 hours. But... 6.5 to 7. 6 to 7, get it? That's a funny number. And it's one of those things where it's like, I can do it. It's fine. But the problem is when you do it like 3 days in a row, and then it's like, and then you do it 4 days in a row, and it gets even more. Whoa, whoa, there, buddy. I didn't kill that one on the left, but it doesn't really matter. Don't worry, I mean, I sleep less than 8 hours. If I don't get much sleep, it really hits the first hour. First hour after I wake up, it's just... like, first about 2 hours, probably. I'm also not someone who runs off caffeine. Like, I don't drink coffee in terms of energy drinks. I drink one on Fridays. In fact, I'm drinking one right now. But, like, I drink caffeine once a week. Like, I know a lot of people who, like, drink coffee every morning or energy drinks daily. At least, like, work daily or school daily. Or both. You drink coffee just for the taste. You do anything to you whatsoever. I don't know if I should applaud that or if I should condemn that even more. So on one hand, that's kind of based. On the other hand, who's drinking coffee for the taste? Is what I would say, but I am not a coffee drinker, but I understand some of the taste in coffee. I've commented on it before, but there's like a local soda shop that makes some stuff. They have some good stuff, but they have an espresso root beer. There's one of the. I am not a coffee fan, like enjoyer particularly. I don't drink coffee. It's one of the fucking greatest things I've ever had. It's absolutely peak. Next coffee goes sleep immediately. Well, that's one thing too. Like I know people who they drink caffeine. They can't drink caffeine like 6 or like 8 hours before they go to bed, or else they just can't. But I'll consume a bunch of caffeine, and I can go to bed 3-4 hours later without too much of a question. Buy the Sutra Scroll. Let's go. Definitely have more stuff. Social comfort. And install it. That's fair. You're not one of those people who, like, wakes up, drinks a cup of coffee, and then, like, lunchtime, drinks another cup, and then, like, 3 hours later, they drink another cup, and then, like, you know, at dinner time, they just drink, like, just a shit ton of coffee. Are you more of a one-a-day person, or you're drinking that shit all day? Multiple times. This part is so weird. It's not that bad, usually. Just sometimes the non-aimed rings do behave a little cringe. Fine. Today something would die because would fall me down and kill you again. Fair. Like, I've made an effort for a long time to, like, either, like, just not have caffeine at all, or if I do, be very limited in it. Just because I've seen a lot of people who, you know, it's probably better to be addicted to caffeine than a lot of other things. That was cringe. But I know too many people who drink way too much. World's freest green span section? Like that, like they literally just parted the green sea for me. Like the Sanyo Midna was great. Like she kind of like she gave me some like questionable waves, but like she followed me, so I killed her really quickly. And the green spam was might be like the easiest green spam I've ever seen. It just parted around me. The part prior to the mid-boss was a little cringe, but that's not the end of the world, usually. However, none of that matters, because this boss exists! I like the Sanyo boss, but it is a frustrating fight. Ah, I had it too. Technically, if you're gonna die to anything, die to the first spell, or the first non. I guess first spell is better than the first non. Man, all technicality. But that require you to clutch out everything else. This is not a fun spell to do on 3 power. If there's any... this and the final really get hurt at lower power. I mean, everything obviously does. But that's an attack that, like, you can usually kill, like, the earlier you kill it, the better. And the timing for it's on... What the fuck are we doing here, girl? She did not like me talking. Normally she would be dead if I was at 4.0 power here. But favorable follow-up. How about we take those? We'll see how this stage goes. No hold barred. That's Mountain Queen of Massacre, it's so over. You should see the action she was getting in with Misamaru, dude. Oh, I love this section. Okay, did fine. This is the advantage, by the way, to dying to the first spell compared to the second non. You get max power before spam. Otherwise, it's a lot harder. It's possible, but it's really tight. It's honestly so easy. Oh, come on! That's what I get. Makes sense, makes sense. If I'm gonna die to Jimbo, it might as well be the last half of Jimbo, right? That's where shit is the most volatile. Yeah, sketchy section. That part specifically with less power is bleh. Keyboard typing backwards, that sound. Is that what this is? Or are we just having quirky keyboard typing moments? Oh well, we take those. Another spam cap. 2 spams in a row in the middle of a run, actually. Insane. Spam is the easiest part of the game. Yellow spam, confirmed. And for most survival category commentary. Neat. It's like 6, 9, nice, 10. 12, 13, 15, 18, 19. Is there enough people to have a Touhou 20 category? Is there enough people that are like, yeah, we'll do 20? Probably if you leave the West. And lots of Sinosaur. Neat. What? There's 21 signs for 10 desires, most of any. I did not hear that. I did it again? Thanks for me to recover. That's okay, I just had a solid run. I gotta take a step down. Recenter yourself. Schedule up yet? Have the... I thought registration just went up for World Cup. Or no, it's been up, isn't it? Give me his 21 silence. Yeah, that's what he said. Bazoots. Just he stopped in 20 seconds. Shows how much I pay attention. I doubt there would be stuff because like. Schedule yet because they still gotta go through like qualifiers and stuff, right? For the categories that have qualifiers. I guess that's interesting. How many are there categories right now that don't have qualifiers? Because normally, because like in the past there are some that there's just not enough people to require qualifiers, right? But there's gotta be some categories that don't have enough people to make qualifiers, right? 1.99. It's Sonya over. Way too many people in survival categories. Might be more qualifiers than usual this year. She was right. This Danmaku business really be booming. Bubble hitbox moment. I mean, what are we doing there? What are we doing there, Mickey? Like, hold on. Bubble hitbox will match the graphics at Touhou 20. It is Jover. Joe kind of like USD. Nah, nothing. He'll never play by anything like USD. Except for people's choice in which characters they want to marry. Only that. Never tell him that you would marry Shinky. Terrible idea. Oop, that was... You see pop-off betting. But yeah, let's get DraftKings in on the Touhou World Cup, guys. Let's get Kevin Hart doing a DraftKings ad for the Touhou World Cup. Yeah, that's gonna be great. Family time lock the Rainbow Pyramid. Bet $20 he does. Yeah, time lock for how long? You can't just say time lock, because you can just say that he goes in, turns on time lock, does it for 10 seconds, dies, and be like, okay, I did it. I think if they really want to get the Touhou fans' attention, what they gotta do during the Touhou World Cup is just in a corner of the screen, they need to have just like Yuri going on. That would start attracting the normies. We want to get those views piling up. Get that emote in here just because it'll piss Game Glitcher off. It annoys me a bit, but I also find it funny a bit. So. No, the winner gets to speedrun against Zune in Tay jumps off a cliff and dies too. I'm not going to post any links, but is anybody seeing there's a person I saw some messages online of someone having an absolute meltdown over Fantasy Maiden Wars. There's a dude, I think it's like on Blue Sky. Makes sense. So it's just going on. From what I saw, like, he's made several alts because he kept getting banned. Of just absolutely having a meltdown over Fantasy Maiden Wars. There's a few things. The one thing I noted was, like, he was, like, really upset about the plot of the thing. Like, he was like, oh, it's just a watered down, like, friendly retelling of actual Touhou. It's so, like, unrealistic to the actual, like, lore of the game. It's some dodge. Like, he's just... Oop. And he's expanding class to TWC. So true! Expand game retelling? Yeah, more or less. It goes through that, and it also expands on... It also has a lot of unique stuff to it, too. Like, it has some unique stuff, but it kind of goes through the plots of 6, 7, 8, not really 9. It barely touches 9. 10, 11, 12. Not really much of 12. And, like, technically Silent Sinner. But he's really upset, because, like, Fantasy Maiden Wars, like, everyone joins the party and starts, like, teaming up to beat, like, to, like, go on. And he was really upset, because it's, like, that they wouldn't do that, you know. It's too much of a... It's just, it's so bad. It's honestly terrible that people would make this game. And playing it and supporting it is actually just insanity. So, like, how could they do that? Like, I have some issues with Fantasy Maiden. Like, there's really what... There's, like, two kind of, like, question marks I have towards Fantasy Maiden Wars. Like, plot-wise. But, like, I love the game. But, like, it's not really a thing. Toy Shark Surviving Adventure. Yeah, but the thing is, it's not mainstream enough. Also, Fantasy Maiden Wars does a solid job with a lot of the characters. Like, there are some things you could definitely complain about in terms of canon, but, like... To go on, have an absolute meltdown. Keep creating alts, by the way, to go and post stuff about it. And then... And not only do be like, it's just terrible, but also be like, you are bad because you like it. Remember, it's the internet thing. It's not enough that I don't like something, it's that you're bad for liking the thing I don't. Okay, that was not nearly as good of a spam. Or as generous of a spam. Fortunately, it's just stage 3 spam. So it's a lot more forgiving because it's just on stage 3. Why are these fairies glowing green? I don't know. Maybe Okina showed up for like 20 seconds and decided, It would mercy Yuri's sex to the vote. I mean, Game Glitcher, you should have seen in Fantasy Maiden Wars the Unzen and Renosuke hot spring scene. That did happen. It was wild, bro. So what, the Unzen and Renosuke hot spring scene? There's a scene that leads to some subterranean vents where a geyser bursts forth behind the Hakure Shrine. You have to do a mission back there fighting off vengeful spirits that are coming from the underground. And there's like a hot spring area, and if you have a character like go out of the way to step in there, a small like dialogue happens with Renosuke and Unzen talking in the hot spring. It's pretty fun. Renosuke the goat. Fuck me! Don't actually do it, I'm not horny right now. Nice power, it's a funny number. Oh my gosh, look at that power, it's ruined. Honestly, they should just turn Koishi's Heartthrobbing Adventure into an 18+ doujin. True, glad Kazoot's understands. Whee! But she's too cute to have sex with, SMH, it's like on. That... I mean... I don't know this for fact. But I feel like in terms of, like, top looted Touhou characters, like, Koishi's probably top 5. If I... maybe top 5's pushing. Top 10 at the least. Right? So 8% Koishi makes her thicker than she normally is. I mean, that's true about like 90% of, like probably 99%. That's true about probably every Touhou character, okay, with art. But that's also partially because, like, no Touhou character actually, like, canonically has boobs, right? Like, come on, Byakuran didn't even have boobs until, like, the fighting games. Even then, the early fighting games, I don't think she really had much. And, like, otherwise, like, no one canonically has boobs. Like, they literally don't exist in Touhou, except Arumi. Arumi is the only character that can, and Byakuran are the only characters that have boobs. And even then, if you see them in fan art, they're probably bigger. Don't think about Koishi sex. Too late. Ban though? Yeah, let me get right on that. I can't believe that's like the worst thing anyone said in this show. Anyway, boy, this cat Mickey sure isn't pregnant, but she sure does deliver. The answer to it is if someone says something that's like, oh, that's a weird thing to say, is you just say something even weirder. That's always the response. You just go the extra step. Which is going down with me. You can take him with you, it's fine. Because I have a massive track history of banning humans. I don't know if I've banned a single human in my time here at Twitch, at least in the last almost 2 years at the that's over a month until I've hit 2 years. General, it's all bots. I don't. No one comes in here and has done anything that I deem ban-worthy. It also takes a lot for me to deem something as ban-worthy. Like, it would take a real lot. that's evil. I don't know if any Touhou loots are inherently evil, because they just exist. One of my favorite pastimes is people having meltdowns over, like, certain like, Touhou loots and their existence. I turned down my volume on my headset, and I can't reach to turn it up until after this fight. If I die, it's because my volume is one notch lower than normal. I can't hear the bullets. Guys, I can't hear the footsteps. I'm not going to know where they're coming from. Pausing is illegal? True. Well, more importantly, it's not actually a big deal. And pausing just to, like, touch my headset volume isn't really that... Well, see, now I fixed it. Why he wants to ban me? That's true. That's always why I want to ban. I'm just always looking for an excuse to ban Game Glitcher. Are there any Touhou patterns that would be harder muted? Yes. During Subterranean Animism, when I would occasionally try to do... Very rarely, but I occasionally try to do practice off stream. But Mountain Toss is not one I could do off stream. Parsifal is also a good shot for that one too. But Mountain Toss is the one that comes to mind the most. Very sound cued. There are a handful of Touhou attacks, and there's a good amount where you are playing off of sounds. It's not a ton, but, like, they do exist scattered throughout the games, like... Mountain Toss comes off as really relevant because you want to be... Because if you're misdirecting Mountain Toss, you really gotta make sure your timing is right with it, and it's kind of a precise timing. And if you're just going by visuals, it's not as easy to do it. You can, like, learn the timing and kind of just have it down, like, perfectly, but that takes a lot of time. When you could just as easily refer off of sound cues, which is kind of what I tried to do. Why would you immediately spawn on the right side, you piece of poop? What is the conversation that has just sprung up, you guys? I can't read right now, though. You think Sumereko at 6'7"? Maybe? She's a loser. I don't know, Sumereko's probably too Tumblr-pilled. Like, too much of that type of internet user to really be a 6'7"er, I feel. Maybe I just don't know what that side of the internet's up to right now, though. So, I could be wrong. I need someone to write, like, I need someone to create, like, a 3-4 panel comic that's Sumereko trying to teach, like, Reimu and Marissa what 6'7" is. No, her teaching the fairies what 6'7" is, and then just the fairies going around saying it all the time. That's what we need. Chino TV. Chino TV's been around for a long time, though, hasn't it? Like, I recognize that name from. far as I know, he doesn't actually, like, stream Touhou-based stuff. Also, I always forget that this spell has anti-hugging bullets. For whatever reason, this spell. She hugged Kane, she's a scammer. I can fix her. Yeah, I'm not the biggest economy guy. Wait. Dude, I'm gonna get double block on my basics if I use a Colossus man. Oh my goodness. Guys, I should get a VTuber model. What model should I use? What type of model should I use? Well, oh, I am on the left side. I'm never on the left side. Guys, it's called we do a little throwing. Renosuke. I should do Renosuke, but like with big boobs as well. It's okay, we're fine. We've covered the line. That was a really greedy line, but it does give me a better line going into that section, I guess. Gender swapped Renosuke X Yukari. There's probably a Dojin of that. Whoa. $8.11, never forget. That was kind of a sketchy mid-non, but, like, to be fair, that mid-non is kind of always going to be sketchy. Just kind of the nature of it. Okay, green fairies. How about you be nice? Game Glitcher, I need you to figure out what the lore implication of these fairies being glowing green is. You're my lore nerd. Come up with something to justify it. Aye! World's most normal end section. Discord. It comes up every 30 minutes. I don't have an actual command for it. I have very few commands. How many commands do I have? I could look it up. But, actually, I want to see something while I'm here. She does a lot. Look at that face. Look at that Sanyo face. No, she changed it. No, look at that Sanyo face. The green shoot green bullets. It must be powered by the rainbow. I just pressed the Windows button by accident. What was I about to go look up? Right, Nightbot. I still have all my updates performance commands. Gonna use them again eventually. Well, if I go back to the game in a couple months or something, do randomized lock, then yeah. Emote that shit. Smoke Sanya's cool. I very well should. Good. I want to see something, though. She says something. She has, like, a dialogue over her head. You darn fool. Look at that. I am a darn fool. That's probably true. I did decide to play this game. LMFAO. Imagine using LMFAO in 2026, bro. Ah, another bad movement. I hate the spell one! What about Epic? I'd rather you use Epic than LMFAO. Yeah, you can use Epic, that's fine. I don't really have anything super negative to say about Epic. Unless you're using in context of talking about Epic Games, in which case that's an auto ban, because Epic Games, like, what are we doing? The only thing Epic Games ever does is let Valve win. Also, three Sanyos on the day. Not bad at all. Unreal is tight as fuck. What do you mean by that? Like the term Unreal? You could say something is Unreal. That's fine. Like LMFAO was party rocking like over a decade ago, bro. Like that's ancient. It has let us all return to nothing over her head. Give me the game from the 90s, Unreal by Epic. I have no clue what game you're talking about. I'll pretend that the game's probably dog shit and laugh at you. Fucking, this guy likes that fucking dumbass game, bro. Holy shit. Imagine, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I have no clue what this game is. Better than Half-Life? I've never played Half-Life. I've never watched Half-Life either. I only know of Half-Life through memes. Really, that's like my only exposure to Half-Life, like memes. Dude, my favorite part about like Half-Life is you look at it, it's like, wow, these are all the Gmod characters. Hello, Fumo. Just like when I play Touhou, I'm like, oh, these are all those characters from that porn. Yeah. Crazy, they made games based off of that. Thank you for the spins. Like the Overwatches, yeah. Can't believe they took all those porn characters and made a game called Overwatch after it. Dude, can I be real for a second? I don't know who the fuck watches that stuff, because like the Overwatch like Blender style porn is absolute fucking dog shit. Like that like animation style is fucking terrible. Personally. Like, I'm an MMD type of guy. I am perfectly fine with some animations, like even 3D, but like that Overwatch, like Blender stuff, it's just like, what are we doing here? I hate this. It's perfectly fine. Certified hitbox moments. Hello, Spooter. You like the game, fair. I played Overwatch for a little bit. I had a bunch of friends who did. I'll make fun of Overwatch plenty. I like the game when I played it. I just don't play it now. Like, I have friends who still play it, but I don't play it mostly just because I don't really have time to. And if I have free time, I'd rather do other things. If I'm hanging out with, like, my friends, I'd rather just, like, chill And, like, if they're playing Overwatch, it's fine. I'll just do something on the side, personally. But it's fun to make fun of it. There's a break. Yes, yes, I heard about that. But, like, I can enjoy me some stuff, but, like... Play Overwatch, what Sombra made you. Listen, I played a lot of Sombra when I played. Sombra was one of my most played, probably. Like, I think Sombra and Junkrat were my most played when I played. So many times. I mean, the game has changed into some other stuff nowadays. I have friends who like tell me about it, and I'll talk to them, and I'll make fun of Overwatch because it's fun to make fun of it. But like, I don't know what's passed up at this point. Knowledge, yeah. You're at shooters. I'm not a shooter person. Just like in general. My favorite shooter I've ever played is Siege. But that was because, like, I'm not good at the shooting element, really, but I like the tactical element. But I don't really... I haven't played Siege in a while. Similar reason, I just don't have the time, and if I have time to do something, there's a lot of other things I'd rather do. Ooh, I am low! It's okay, I went up. But no, like I said, I can appreciate a lot of things, and like I could enjoy my taste, but like I have never liked that 3D Blender Overwatch style Overwatch porn. Just not good in the slightest, in my opinion. My friends would have to play League. I know a lot of people that play Dota. All of the people I played stuff with were Dota. That's probably because my brother got into Dota and he got me into it, and a number of his friends that I started doing stuff with online were because we played Dota. In fact, at my brother's wedding, you know, I was one of the bachelors. There was 6 of us. Two of them were people that we met playing Dota. My brother had met them before, but the first time I ever actually met them in person was at my brother's wedding. But I played Dota with them for a long while before that point. I also haven't played Dota 2 in a while. Again, game I enjoyed, but it's just time, right? I've ended up putting all my time into Touhou. Like, most of my free time, looks like I work, and then, like, most of my spare time is put into streaming. And that's generally Touhou related. So I don't really do a whole lot that's not Touhou based. Routines. I feel like a lot of people go through a phase where they play like some game like that for like a luckier time, and then they have to go through a phase where they get unaddicted from it, right? I enjoyed it, especially like at the end. I played in a bunch of like amateur level tournaments. I actually made $200 playing Dota. Fun fact. $230 actually, because I was in person. streamer, yeah. No, I was not, like, phenomenal at Dota. I liked it. The reason the reason I actually won a tournament is because there was some, like, lower level tournaments with, like, an MMR cap. Skill rating cap, for people who don't use MMR term. Elo cap, whatever. But there were some limitations as, like, the team could not go above a certain, like, go above a certain total rating, right? To keep it amateurish, and so you don't have just, like, so whoever can get, like, the best players to play. So you had a lot of, like, mid to lower skill level people, and I will toot my own horn a little bit. Of, like, the low MMR support players, I was one of the best. I didn't play enough to, like, really boost my MMR. I definitely wasn't good. I was definitely better than my rank was. But, like, not by a significant margin. I was still the worst player on that team, but... Up on Deadlock? I have a friend and my brother who's tried to get me to play Deadlock, but... The same problem still remains. In the fact that... Yes, Dota does have a ranked and a non-ranked. You can play ranked and non-ranked. But it's not that I just, like, exclusively played unranked or something. It's just that, like, I would play with some of our friend group, but, like, I never played, like, solo. So, like, I never really did a lot of, like, grinding. I tended to play with players who were better than me. And especially in a lot of these teams, I got a lot better playing with people and, like, learning from people who were better than me. But, like, I never, like, played on my own to, like, do anything with that. The most I'd play on my own is I'd have to play, like, every once in a while when, like, new MMR changes would come out. I'd have to play 10 ranked games to, like, calibrate. So I do that real quick. Like, as a slog, like, I would, like, it was like, oh, let me go through that, and then that's it. In fact, I don't know if there's a VOD of this that exists. I really don't think so. But I actually... There was video, at least, of my face on the internet because of that tournament. Because they're holding a venue for, I mean, wasn't like that big. It was at like an old Family Dollar. Not Family Dollar. What am I talking? Family Video. But they're actually hosting a LAN for it in person. But a couple of the other guys were gonna make it, but one of them was sick like the day of. I was the only one on our team that actually like was at the place in person. And so when we won, it was like I was the only person they could actually interview. So and they were streaming it live on Twitch. So I was actually... There is like a 2 or 3 minute interview with me from like 4 years ago. 3-4 years ago, something like that. Although I don't know if you could... I've tried to like kind of look for it, but I don't know if you could find it. I really enjoyed that. That type of thing is, like, playing in those tournaments was, like, the thing I enjoyed the most about Dota. Like, near the end, like, I couldn't play Dota casually. Like, it was just such a slog playing it, like trying to, like, grind rank or anything. But, like, I enjoyed the amateur level tournaments. A lot. Like, I played in several that we didn't win. I got second in... Like, I won one tournament, I got second in another. And it's all in some other seasons of tournaments as well, but... It's like it's like we won everything, but I enjoyed them. But, again, just the time issue is a time issue. And eventually... And... You know, about 2 years ago, Honestly, about 2 years ago exactly. It was like February into March. I was just really hesitant, unsure of like what I actually wanted to do, and then I convinced myself to be like, I'm gonna try to commit to Touhou. Because I had streamed in the past previously, briefly, and I had done some of the stuff in the past, but I was like, I'm actually gonna get a mic. I'm actually gonna like put an effort into this, and try to be consistent about streaming and try to do all this. And so I was like, okay, boom, let's set this up. Went through, did all that, and got myself committed to Touhou, and here I am, still committed to Touhou, nearly 2 years later. I don't plan on leaving anytime soon. In fact, I want to do more in this sphere. It's just figure out how I'm going to do more as a second issue. But that is something for me to figure out. Scuffed line, but it worked. Okay, I'll play this one now, but I'm losing focus on stage 1 right now, so I gotta pivot to do some practice at some point. Man, you watched the entirety of Memories of Phantasm Let's Play. Well, that's so rude. The blast. Careful, don't say that. Some people get really, really upset if Memories of Phantasm get brought up ever. I don't care. I just like to make fun of the people who get really, really bothered anytime it gets mentioned. Sucks for you, okay, now. I can't believe I just said Lamau out loud. I really, like, I apologize for my sins. I will be better in the future. No, I won't. Tonight gets exploding base seer and dire booze. I've never seen Memories of Phantasm. Oh. Excuse me. Streamer pause. He's cheating. Pause buffering. Cheater. Cheater. I'm cheating confirmed, guys. You guys are gonna have to cancel me. I've never seen Memories of Phantasm, but I have a lot of respect for it. read chat while I'm trying to play the game. Hard thing to do. Oh, come on! That was a very workable line. Later episode, someone gets beaten up, unexplainable cloth rip right over one tip. Come on, every time. Are you complaining about it? Isn't that, like, what's the complaint about that? Then there's combat, and then their clothes get torn. Is that supposed to be a bad thing? It smells such a biatch. Getting another episode? We are? Huh. Weird. The only Touhou anime thing I knew that was like having anything right now is the Izakaya dev supposedly working on that. But then they also announced that they're working on a Aki sister farming game. Fuck! Which looks based, hopefully, Copium. Guys, I hate to break it. The caffeine's not doing a whole lot. That fighting off the onset sleepiness. Me complaining about getting sleepy at 8 o'clock at night. Meanwhile, Spooter at 2 in the morning, still going to be up for another 10 hours. Okay, maybe not 10. 10's an exaggeration. Another 6 hours. Well, maybe it's not an exaggeration. I hate this. Bro, give me a turn-based RPG so I could just sit there and, like, actually, like, think about the actions before they, like, happen. Like, spend Spend several minutes be like, what's my best course of action? So there's where it's just like react to the moment. Ah, you poop. I've never been a live gameplay person. I've always been a turn-based guy. That's the Touhou player. That's true. Like, that's the thing. I'm not a shmup. I'm not a shmup player. I'm not someone who plays this type of games usually. Like, the reason I do isn't because I particularly like the genre a ton. It's because I like Touhou as a prod, and so I was like, I'm gonna get good at it. And you know what? I've gotten pretty good at it. I'll toot my own horn a bit. I walked right into it. You're a shmup player? No, I'm a Touhou player. I'm not necessarily out there playing any other shmuppery. Shmup-iddity doodly. Hot diggity doggity. Pew! So being your shmup choice is irrelevant. No, it might depend on who you ask. I just got good because I wanted to get good at Touhou. Oops. I just learned to appreciate the genre a bit. But I will always say, give me my labbies like that. Like if I'm talking about like my gameplay that I have the most catch, you give me that. Give me that. Give me my labby. Give me my library Bruna. Give me my Pokemon Run and Bun Hardcore Nuzlocke. Give me that. Oh yeah, Pokemon Direct guys. We got Pokemon new guys. We got new starters. New starters came out. Pokemon Gen. You know, I'm glad I haven't like looked anywhere on the internet, so I don't have to see people complaining about the most random thing, right? Pokemon is one of those franchises that that if you look online on like normal social media and then you like look literally anywhere else, it's such a polar like stark difference in like the Pokemon conversation. Dude, you look at like any form of social media, it's just people talking about how it's like, dude, this is actually just Game Freak is the worst fucking company they can't make anything good. It's actually unbelievable. And if you look anywhere else, it's, oh, you mean greatest selling video game, most profitable video game series of all time? You got the essay videos of like Pokemon is the what's that essay video? I've never seen it, but it's the one that's Pokemon is the like the franchise or something that Game Freak doesn't deserve. I'm like, okay, buddy. Like, I'll complain about modern Pokemon, but here's an important thing that I've also learned. Like Fire Red, Platinum, Heart Gold, White, Black 2. Spent a lot of time on those games. Loved them. Very nostalgic for me. And so when I played like when I played Shield, you know, there's a lot of that's like, oh man, I kind of miss those. You realize that if you go back, it's not the same. What I enjoy, like, I do still enjoy Pokemon, but what I enjoy in Pokemon is very different from what I used to. Like, I'm excited for Winds and Waves, is it, I think? But I will say this straight up, I'm not going to play either of these two games. Like, very likely I'm not going to play either of them. But I'm excited for them. In the way that, A, I like competitive Pokemon. And I'm always interested for the past several generations of, like, what it does to competitive. And I also am interested in the new Pokemon designs, like, every time a new generation comes out. I like the looks of the new starters. But I also fully admit that, I also will fully understand that, like, modern Pokemon games aren't made for me. Normal Pokemon games are not made for me at this point. The water guy's very cute. I'm very interested in him because I'm wondering what his final form is going to be type-wise. Because, like, the lizardy aspect makes me really wonder if we're going to get a water poison. Which I think would be really cool. Fair shout by you wait for Central Monster Hunter Stories 3 right now. Oh yeah, true. Oh, look at that Sorry, looks like what would happen if you took Toby Bugs and used dog avatar and set it on fire. It required me to pay attention to Toby Fox's dog avatars. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. But I'll take your word for it. Oop. Anything in a bad way? Take your word for that as well. Poison Star would be sick. I'm really curious what they do with the types for the new guys. I forget the names of the Pokemon off the top of my head of the new starters, but my current hope is that, like, I would love to see the water one be water poison. The rock one, not the rock one, the fire one. I'd really like. I think I would love if they made it fire fairy. The grass one, I'm not sure if they'll do. I could see grass flying, but of course, last time they went grass flying with, like, the Rowlet line, they ended up turning a grass ghost. Yeah, it's like Gekwa. For the water one. Hold on, the grass one had a funny name. I can't remember what the name was off the top of my head. Breaks over once it's on 4 legs, me too. Yeah, Brout. Brout was the grass one. Really funny name. Although, to be honest, with the dog, I'm perfectly fine if it stays on 4 legs or if it, like, stands up on its final form. Because it stands on four. If it stays on four legs, it's cool. They made it stay on four legs. If it stands on like both its hind legs on, you know, whatever its final evolved form, the amount of people who are gonna be just like mauling is also gonna be really funny. So either way, it's a win-win, right? You either get a dog on four, you either get a dog on the fours, which is cool. Cool to see them actually doing that, or you get something standing up, which would make people very angry and be really fun to watch. And look, this grand diving looks sick. That's also true. It's also cool to see diving back, because diving hasn't really been relevant since like Black and White. It was re-added in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Oh my goodness! Last time they made any like new diving thing was Black and White, Black 2 and White 2 technically, I think. But the stuff looks cool, but like also, you know, cinematic trailer, right? Hard to know what this is going to look like, especially since it's not supposed to release till next year. So, rule one of life: never get excited over trailers. How many games have trailers that feel like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so great, and then it's like this, right? Right, because how many people are gonna sit there and be like, oh my gosh, Game Freak actually listened, they actually did it, and then the games are gonna come out, and then they're gonna be like there's gonna be like an awkward like texture at some point. It's not gonna be like God of War fucking graphics, and they're gonna be, this is actually dog shit, bro. Holy fuck. Damn, sick line through that wave. It's hard for me to get like hype nowadays, but that's because like there's very few things will ever get announced. I'm like, ooh, I'm actually gonna play that. Like, the only things that I get announced that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play is Touhou things, like Touhou fan games. Like Labby Try stuff, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play that. Like that's like it. This spell is so addicting. It's such an addicting spell. I mean, there's a lot of non-Touhou stuff that I am a fan of. It's just A, when it, like, you know, how often is a new thing coming out in those regards. B, sometimes when those things come out. Persona 6 I'm excited for, but I don't know if I'll be pogging out of. I don't think I'll be like super pogging. I'll just be like, oh, neat, it's coming out. When 6 inevitably comes out 50 years from now, right? Like, I'm a Persona fan. I haven't played the first two. I really want to play 2 at some point, but I really like. They like keep remaking 3 and 4. I really would like it. I really want a remake of 2, so I could go back because I want to play 2 at some point. Like I played 3. I haven't played Reload because I literally played FES and beat FES like right before, literally less than a month before Reload got announced. And then I'm like, I literally just fucking played this game, and it's like, it's ultimately the same. Like, there's some new changes, obviously, but like, I didn't play Reload. I'm not someone who's gonna be like, it ruined the game, like some people are with it, but like I literally just played 3, and I was like, fine. I played 4, I played 5, I played 5 many a time. hell is too addicting. It just inject this straight in my veins, bro. Like, realistically, the one thing that could get announced that's, like, not Touhou related, that would, like, really get me, like, excited, is Monolith Soft announcing something. Whether it's Xenoblade 4 or a whole new IP. I kind of hope they make a new IP. I know they're working on something. They've said they're working on something. Any details is completely unknown. Probably get some more information within half a year, I'd assume, but like whenever they come out and announce something, whether it's Xenoblade 4 or something or a new IP, I will definitely be very ecstatic for that. Like, that's like it. The problem is, it's like, no, Spike. Yeah, so I'm playing Dark Souls. No, I'm talking about Spike Tunes, not Spike Tunes stuff. Although I have played a number of Spike Tunes, I think. Monolith Soft. People who made Xenoblade. Danganronpa, yeah. I played every Danganronpa. I played through all the Zero Escapes, Peak Games, Somnium Files, done those. Currently going through 100 Line Academy, which isn't Spike Chunsoft, but it's the Danganronpa and Zero Escape creators who create their own company to make 100 Line Academy. Playing through that with my friends right now. So far, great game. But we're not that far. Like, whatever Monolith Soft announces, I'll be very ecstatic. Is it good? I really like 100 Line Academy so far, but we're not that far into the game. I'm not at the point where there's any, like, major plot twist. I'm really interested to see what it's gonna do. But I'm a big fan of all the Danganronpas. Zero Escapes are fucking cheap. Especially VLR. Oh, VLR is so fucking good. The Somniums are pretty good too, which is Zero Escape dev. And then again, the Danganronpa dev, Kodaka made, was it Raincode? I never actually got about to playing that, but I've actually got about to playing 100 Line Academy slowly. But like the problem is, it's like outside of like things, outside of like Monolith stuff, it's like what else am I like going to be really excited for? Like, I'll be a bit excited when Persona 6 gets announced. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think I'm going to be that out there for that. And it's like, oh, what about other things? You know what? Oh, what other games do I love? Library of Runa might be like my favorite game of all time. If it's not, it's like top 3 easily. Don't get me started on Limbus Company. Okay. Honestly, the existence of Limbus Company is why I like don't get excited over things ever anymore. Like I'm always like really taped down. Like the last time I was really ecstatic for a release was Xenoblade Chronicles X getting remastered for the Switch. Because I took that Thursday, Friday off work to literally play that game. Because it could conveniently dropped on my birthday last year. But I also knew what that game was going into it, and like Xenoblade X is top 5 favorite game of all time. So like I was already be like, I'm gonna play the fucking crap out of that over that weekend, which I did. But like every time something else new comes out, I'm excited, but like there's a level. Like I've just seen too much at this point where I'm like, I'll play it and I'll see. I don't want to get too like. Sometimes I'll get a bit excited, but I'm always temper it a little bit. It's also like there's not usually that much that gets announced nowadays that I'm really excited for. Because like I said, I don't play much on my own. I don't play much off stream, and like all I do is stream is Touhou stuff. So like Labby Try, you know, I was excited for that. Ace Attorney 4, very excited for that. I mean, that game's out, but it's not translated yet. So like when that gets translated, very excited for that. Let me do the stage portion real quick. You know, Fantasy Maiden Wars, when the like the special version, like the new the Steam like release got announced. I was pretty excited for that. It was definitely a handful of years ago, but Honey Pop 2 was very excited for that when that came out. Weekly Fairy Facts. When Fairy popped, it creates a cavitation bubble, very similar to the effect of a banter shrimp hitting you. Noted. But consider that like 90% of fucking modern games that get announced are just like shitty live service fucking gacha games. Or maybe not necessarily gacha, but gacha-esque live service games, you know. It's hard to get excited over games a lot. So let's go back to ripping some. Punch? Yeah, getting punched by a mantis shrimp? Come on, Spooter, get with the times. You're too much of a boomer. Come on. Shatter a crab? Damn. These shrimp be strong. I'm sorry, mantis shrimp. Is it more of a mantis or is it more of a shrimp? Rock, show me a picture of a mantis shrimp. Jarvis, pull that up. I almost walked right into him. We never throw on stage 1 though, right guys? Crustacean, but not actually a shrimp? Interesting. Hold on, let me look at this. Mantis shrimp. Ooh. Mantis shrimp are colorful predator crustaceans with powerful fast strikes and colorful bite. But despite not being true shrimp. They are among the most important predators in many shallow tropical and subtropical marine habitats. Despite being common in their habitats, they're poorly understood, as many species spend most of their lives sheltering in burrows and holes. Dude, these guys look weird! The hippo was like getting shot by a 22, yeah. Prawn killers in Australia. They're sometimes referred to as thumb splitters, due to their ability to inflict painful wounds if handled incautiously. Stop talking to me, Mickey. I'm trying to read about mantis shrimp. Mantis shrimp possess powerful raptorial appendages that are used to attack and kill prey By spearing, stunning, or dismembering. The shape of these appendages are often used to classify them into groups. Mantis shrimp's second pair of thoracic appendages is adapted for powerful close-range combat. These claws can accelerate at a rate comparable to that of a .22 caliber bullet when fired, having around 1,500 newtons of force with each swing/attack. Both types strike by rapidly unfolding and swinging the raptorial claws at the prey, can inflict serious damage to victims significantly greater in size than themselves. Bashers, these weapons are employed with blinding quickness with acceleration of 10,400 G or 102,000 meters a second squared or 335,000 feet second squared. And speeds of 23 meters a second, 83 kilometers an hour, 51 miles per hour from a standing start. Because they strike so rapidly, they generate vapor-filled bubbles in the water between the appendage and the striking surface, known as cavitation bubbles. And that's what Starks was referring to. Collapse of these cavitation bubbles produces measurable forces on their prey, in addition to the instantaneous force of 1,500 newtons that are caused by the impact of the appendage against the striking surface. Which means that the prey is hit twice by a single strike, first by the claw and then by the collapsing cavitation bubble that immediately follows. Even if the initial strike misses the prey, the resulting shockwave can be enough to stun or kill. The collapsing bubbles also produce light. Smashers use this ability to attack crabs, snails, rock oysters, and other mollusks. Their blunt clubs enabling to crack the shells of prey into pieces. Spears, however, for the meat of softer animals. Fish and cephalopods. Dude, when you can smash a rock oyster's shell to pieces? Hot damn. Scooter, I want you to go get hit by one and tell me what it's like. Dude, people will meme on in, like, Pokemon. It's like, oh, there's the move Bubble. It's like, oh, how's Bubble supposed to be, like, a dangerous move? Well, apparently, these guys whose Bubbles can just kill. Dude, imagine being the fish that died to a fucking bubble. Like, the guy missed you, but the bubble hit you, and you died because you got hit by a fucking bubble, bro. Yeah, wow, dude. Imagine the fish at the funeral. Dude, it's like, dude, this guy fucking died because he got hit by a fucking bubble, dude. Dude, that's gotta bring dishonor to your family. Anatomy is poorly understood. It's as mysterious as the Falcon's X-ray diagram. True. Dude, imagine striking so fast that even with such a small object, you're able to fucking break an oyster. The more and more I'm thinking about it, the more and more insane it is. Also, striking so fast that not only do you create a literal bubble that can kill, but the bubble, it's so fast that the bubble creates light. Soon, when are we getting a Mantis Shrimp Touhou character? I gotta sneeze. Oh, it's there. Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry guys, pause buffering. Runs cheated. Call me into the cops. Young man distribute Sib. I mean, you do that for a lot of characters regardless. I don't think that's changing anything. And AI make Mantis. Jarvis, create me Mantis Shrimp character. Oh. Ooh, that was an awkward angle. Danmaki's so pretty. That's just like every Touhou game. Although Megamu's got the prettiest Danmaku in this game. Oh, this game has a lot of really good looking Danmaku. Kaimata has some really good ones. Misamaru does too. Even, honestly, Mickey Finals is a pretty spell. Both of Mickey's spells are pretty. Pretty. Okay, I'm running out of juice. We're hitting close to 9 o'clock. It's caffeine's not doing a lot. So noisy, ruining the taste of the tobacco. Kids these days, they're so noisy, they're just ruining the taste of the tobacco. Guys, nothing to see here. That wasn't sketchy in the least. Although it's mid-non. When is it not sketchy? Caffeine. I literally like just mentioned caffeine. I mean, caffeine was talked about earlier a bit too, but I love spam. Spam. Quick guys, spam emotes in chat. Spam. It's spam section. Oh, mommy. is this? The quadruple turbo. You just ask an AI to make a fucking mantis shrimp Touhou character? Really? Sign it up, Zunos. Yeah, it doesn't. The outfit doesn't have enough frills, like random like laces, and you gotta make sure they have a skirt. Every fucking Touhou character has a skirt. Or a dress. What? That was just a fucking... I cannot do this spell right now. Okay, we'll move on. Good day. Move on.